I think you sound louder.
Oh, maybe I was talking louder.
Maybe.
I'm not sure exactly. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is last call. That was fun. Good time.
Yeah,
You refresh the gin drink there.
I did.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, look. At first, it looked like it wasn't full, but I realized the top is just gin, so it looked a little clear.
Is that? It does look pretty bad, doesn't it?
Maybe
Well,
it's
the top is
the
ice.
the ice. Yeah.
It's still a good amount of
Excellent.
gin in there. I'll be pretty toasty by the end of this.
I do like the idea of Georgia steak.
No, me too. We just have to find investors and somebody who wants a restaurant.
Yes, exactly. And who wants to run it, manage it? Who wants to run it, manage it, and let us in there for free?
Right. We just drink at the bar and eat steaks whenever we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's I could get down with a bar like that or a steak restaurant like that.
Me too. To be like a regular at a steakhouse would be just like my dream come true. That's like what I want in life.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, what do you want with that? Like, can I get a side of another steak, please?
Yeah, I'd like steak with some steak.
Yeah, the first time I heard about the what do they call it? The Oscar, the steak Oscar, where you get the little crab cake on top of it. Like, you're just gonna top my meat with like more meat.
Meat is good, man. You know, I mean, it's always a solid choice.
You know, I will say one thing that I think that I probably sounds sacrilege is one like trend, which I don't see it as a big of a trend anymore, but one trend in steaks that I never really got into was the bacon wrapped fillet.
No,
I never felt like the bacon never added anything to it and was never cooked to the level that I wanted it to cook to.
No, and I mean the problem with that is you're really trying to hide a cheap piece of meat, like a very low grade, like one of those vacuum sealed fillets, you know?
I've actually had a few of those that are really damn, if you cook them correctly, are really damn good. But you got to get them. You got to get them when they're fresh. You can't get them that's been sitting there for a week or two.
And I'll do like a Waffle House, like a T-bone or something, like just a really shitty, you know, like I don't know. There's something about it that's good.
Yeah, we call them cheap steaks or breakfast steaks. We'll do that every once in a while because my wife and I, we both love. I just like the flavor of A1 steak sauce. I'm not going to put that on a nice cut of meat that I cook to a perfect medium rare. But you give me a little, like, half-inch cut or, barely a half-inch cut, cheap little steak that I can eat with some eggs and potatoes, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to smother that thing in A1 steak sauce and love the hell out of it.
Yeah. Yep. Do it to it. I did tonight. We cooked some ribeyes a couple days ago, and sadly, and I'll admit it, I overcooked them. But we did 4 for the 2 of us, and so 2 ended up in the fridge, and I ended up slicing them up and doing like half an onion for each one, and just like steak and onions, just a pile of steak and onions. So good. I love it.
I did. Well, actually, I did. Kim came home with some of those vacuum sealed fillets a couple of weeks ago, and I tossed them on the charcoal grill. Perfect. I mean, like charred as hell on the outside, but like red through and through in the middle. I was like, I was pretty proud of myself. I was like, I've cooked a lot of steaks, and I've cooked a lot of steaks that I've loved, and I cooked a lot of steaks that I've hated. I was actually really proud of those vacuum seal steaks that I did.
Yeah, nice. So Pittsburgh style is like the char it on the outside, like get it real hot,
right,
and then have it nice and rare on the inside. I'm not a big fan. I'd rather it be a little less cooked on the outside and still less cooked on the inside, but
I like that crust, that crisp crust.
But, yeah. Lots of people like it.
We teased it on. We teased it on the episode, so we should really talk about. Are you want to talk about Braves or Falcons?
Well, I care less about the Braves, but let's talk about it because I mean, I think it's important.
I went first. It sounds like the most one of the. I say this. I use this phrase all the time. One of the most Atlanta things ever. It was just what a clusterfuck of a signing or a lack of signing of Freddie Freeman. And it was a clusterfuck on the Braves side. It was a clusterfuck on the agent side of Freddie. It's probably a clusterfuck on Freddie's side of everything. I mean, it sounds a lot like the Coach Hunter leaving Georgia State thing.
Like it does. So I saw a lot of reactions that basically were like, "Well, Freddie didn't want to be here. He asked for too much, and didn't even really want it. I mean, one of the other things that I heard about from people who are like a little more my leaning, he's actually going to lose money in the long run because taxes in California are so much higher than they are in Georgia. He's going to lose money over the course of this contract paying taxes in California, which is silly.
I think that his payout over the course of the contract is over the course of the 6 years or 5 years, whatever it was, he at the most simple level, he makes $9 million more over the course of the 5 years with the Dodgers contract than he would have in Atlanta. So he's making a little bit more, but it's negligible when you're talking about the size of the contract and what it is.
Was that after taxes?
But yeah, that's after taxes. Yeah.
Oh, I heard he was making less there, but that's fine.
And this was just people looking at the basic tax rates, not looking at anything specific. Right. I mean, when you start talking about right now, when he has to buy a house out there and pay all that's going to start changing things.
Yeah, cost of living in it's LA, right? That's where the Dodgers are.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean he has to live there, but anywhere in California is going to suck. Yeah. No, but one of the things I heard that Chipper Jones apparently told Freddie, he's like, "You're playing a dangerous game here." Is like, the GM of the Braves, Anthopoulos or whatever his name is, he's got a job to do, and if he doesn't do his job, he gets in trouble. So you're trying to hold out or trying to get whatever this is, he's got a job to do. And then Freddie's agent went back to the Braves and said, here are two options. There's like a 5-year option, a 6-year option, or a 6-year and a 7-year, whatever it was. And with Freddie wanting to play the shorter of the two, he didn't want to play because he's a little bit older and everything at this point in his career.
Yeah.
And he said, and the agent said, you have 1 hour to respond.
Overplayed your hand. Yeah.
And they never responded. So then Freddie was actually hanging out with his dad when he saw the news that they had required the first baseman from the Oakland A's, Matt Olson.
Yeah.
And basically that's like, all right, well, if they just traded for this high profile first baseman, that means that they're not going to be signing with you. So there was just a lot of messed up stuff going on there. Now, as a Braves fan, and as somebody who grew up with Chipper Jones on the team, and when he left, I tried to pick my new guy. Freddie was the obvious choice, and I've been a huge Freddie fan the entire time. It hurt the way this whole thing went down, but I know getting Olsen sounds like the absolute best. Like, not to move on to Matt Ryan right now, but if Matt Ryan, he leaves, but then you bring in, I don't know,
Brady.
Yeah, we'll say Brady, and not that but you bring in somebody who is awesome at their job.
Stafford.
Well, I was trying to think. So you're getting someone who's you're getting someone that's a little bit younger. You pay a little bit less, and it's probably they're approaching their prime while your guys leaving their prime.
Russell Wilson.
Maybe, yeah, sure, whatever. Go with it.
I can go all day.
Patrick Mahomes. Or something.
I was sort of hoping Fitzpatrick, but that didn't happen.
That Fitz magic year.
I was hoping, man.
It hurts. And then I saw pictures of Freddie, over there, that Dodgers uniform at their spring training and everything, and that hurts and it sucks. And we're going to play him. So
I also heard, and we're going to play him when it matters. But I also heard that Olsen was basically like he was also like, you got to pull the trigger now, or else you're going to lose him to some other team. Like the Yankees are gonna grab him up. So
getting Olsen is good, and then we end up getting from the Dodgers. We end up getting their hot shot closer.
Right.
Jalen. I'm gonna mess his name up because I've been drinking. Jalen Kinsey, I want to say. And so this guy may be my new favorite player because they asked him, what do you think of the trade, whatever. And he said that he's making his walkout song, the song that he runs out to the mound on whenever he gets called in to close a game. He's like, I want Welcome to Atlanta. I'm like, all right, you're in.
Well, it's honestly, and that plays more into what the historic Braves strengths are, right? Because we're a pitching team. I feel like I feel like that's what we've always been, kind of a pitching.
Well, yeah, team. that's when I moved here in '91, that's when they started that whole the domination of the division, and it was all based off of the pitching staff.
Crazy pitchers, yeah.
Right, yeah. They would talk about the news would say, it wouldn't say the Braves take on the Dodgers today, but John Smoltz takes on the Dodgers today, because it was it didn't matter what anybody else did on that team. It was what John Smoltz did on that mound, or Glavine, or whatever.
Avery,
Avery, and Maddox. Maddox is when I was
Maddox. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. The talent that's been on this team on the mound is amazing.
On one roster.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
on
I
one
know, right?
roster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But then onto the Falcons and with Ryan. So that one was a whole different situation because we knew that the Freddie thing could potentially end the way that it did. Maybe not how it did, but we knew that it was gonna, end that way. It could end that way. But with Ryan, he established at the end of the season last year that he's like, I want to finish my career with the Falcons. This is what I want to do, and he's never shown anything otherwise. He's been, you know, so respectful and honorable, and like he's never said a bad thing about anybody involved with everything. And then out of nowhere, Deshaun Watson becomes somebody that the Falcons are actively. Kenley Jansen, Matthew says yeah. I think I said Jalen Kinsey. I had all the syllables right, but just absolutely not in the right order at all. So, but no, Matt Ryan. So Deshaun Watson, they want to bring this guy, and I don't even want to talk about all the
baggage.
scandal stuff, whatever,
Yeah.
because some stuff's been dropped, other things haven't. We're expecting suspensions, blah blah. You can spend an entire conversation about that. I just didn't like the way that everything kind of came out of nowhere,
Right.
and then they completely bungled the whole thing. He goes in out of nowhere. He goes to Cleveland, who he'd already told is not going to be there.
Well, and Deshaun Watson was always even if they wanted him, like we weren't expected. Even when that became the rumor, we were like the add-on team. We were like the.
Well, he's from Gainesville, and
I know.
apparently
Yeah,
he was a
that
ball
that
boy.
don't make a difference in the NFL.
He was a ball boy at Flowery Branch. He knows Arthur Blank. Their families know each other.
That makes a difference. But
and so I want to say I read this at least one place that when the Falcons were not trying to go for him, that he had his agent reach out specifically to the Falcons to say, "Hey, do you guys have any interest? Because playing at home is
would be nice.
Would be nice." And that's what got the ball kind of rolling because I guess they thought they had no shot or didn't want to. I don't know. Either way, once they did that, that relationship was absolutely just like burnt because you got a new staff in. They've only Fontenot and Smith have only been in there for a year. Ryan doesn't owe them anything. They don't owe him anything. And now it's kind of like, all right, this is screwed. And
I don't really think so. Like I know you said that in our chat, and like I don't think that necessarily like screws the relationship. I mean, lots of things could end up happening there. I don't know.
I can see it from a business perspective. Ryan was not the problem with the team. We had a lot of problems, and it was just something that a quarterback was not going to fix. So then now, all right, well, out of respect for Ryan, we let him go to a contender, a team where he can actually possibly go win a ring, and then we can rebuild our team from the ground up. Yeah, so we're going to rebuild our entire team by getting a third-round pick, a single third-round pick.
Yeah,
this year.
I mean, there must be something else in there because it was somebody else talked about Sanu. We got a second-round pick, right? I mean,
here's the real kicker for it. So the Colts traded Carson Wentz to the Redskins or whatever they call themselves now, the football team, the Commanders.
They're the Generals now.
Whatever they're called, I don't know.
I think they're the Generals.
And so they traded him for 2 third-round picks. And then they got Matt Ryan.
And then we got one of them.
Yeah. So basically, they gave one of them. So they got rid of Wentz, got a third-round pick and a Ryan and Matt Ryan.
And Ryan, God, Ryan's better than Wentz. I mean,
absolutely. So I talked about seeing Freddie in the pictures in the Dodgers uniform. Then there was pictures of Ryan today with his wife. And Ryan's in his suit and his blue tie, and his wife's got a dress suit thing with like a red shirt on it or blue shirt on it, and the kids are in number 2 Colts jerseys, and that's when my heart sank, man. That hurt bad.
Yeah, the thing is I think Ryan had a time where we all thought he might like break into that upper echelon of like elite quarterbacks,
and we put absolutely no protection around him.
It was right. Well, the season that we thought that was the Super Bowl season that he did have a lot of protection, and then the following season, it's like it all crumbled away.
Yeah, they've got one of those stats, the DVOA, whatever that stat is, and it's about how much of protection or whatever that a quarterback has, or the offensive line whatever it is, whatever. The only time in Matt Ryan's career where our DVOA was in the top half of the league was the 2016 season when we went to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, and that team was exceptional. That offensive line had no injuries up until the Super Bowl, I believe.
Yeah.
They like stayed together. They had a lot of time to gel, And we all talk
There was
about the
no
importance
rust.
of gelling.
There was no rust.
There was no rust, not a single bit. No, but that is really important. And again, I think Ryan had a chance to be in that upper echelon, and then sort of isn't, right? I mean, every other season after that, there were lots of kind of screw ups and stuff. And to your point, there was a lack of protection, but there was other things too. I guess it's not all them. It's him too.
Yeah,
So,
it'll be really interesting to see what happens in Indy this season. I'll be obviously cheering for. I'll be cheering for the Falcons, but I'll be cheering for Matt Ryan and the Colts. I'll be paying attention to those games quite a bit.
Definitely not mad at Matt Ryan for doing what he's doing.
He had to do what was
he got
right
traded
for him.
away, right? I mean, he didn't really have a lot of choice.
He did. He had a no trade clause, so he was in complete control of the trade.
Oh, so what do you mean? What's that mean?
So his contract did not allow for him to be traded unless he approved of it.
Oh, so he was just like, all right, I'm out.
So there's two things. One, the team has to approve of the trade. Like, we're going to get enough junk for this guy to go. And then the player has the right to say yes or no to anything. So, like with the Deshaun Watson thing, they would not even let Deshaun, or they would not talk to any teams until they had already approved whatever trade deal is going to be.
Right.
So whatever we had offered, they had said they were good with, and so like, all right, cool. Well, now we'll let Deshaun Watson entertain whatever offers you have for him as well.
Right.
So,
and then the kicker here is our stopgap is Marcus Mariota.
Oh, did you hear that?
Which does nothing. It just does nothing for me.
Did you hear the double kicker on this? Oh, with Mariota as well?
No, there's more?
Oh yeah. So when you lose a player in free agency, the league will give you compensatory picks in the draft, like extra picks. Like, so it sucks that you lost this person, so we'll give you a little something extra to make it a little hole for you that this guy left. Well, we were due a 3rd round and 4th round pick in compensatory picks for losing Matt Ryan and somebody else. No, and by signing Mariota and this other guy we got that's on a 1-year contract, we forfeited those 2 picks.
Good God.
You know what this problem is? It's the general manager, Fontanot, or whatever, how do you pronounce his name? How do you spell it?
Saints guy, right?
He's a Saints guy. So
yeah, that Frenchy name.
This guy obviously came in to sabotage the program.
Probably.
Why would you ever hire somebody from the Saints?
And again, so would we have? I'm going to bring this all around. If we would have signed Fitzmagic, who's available? Would we have given up those compensatory and kind of? Oh God,
because we signed a quarterback to replace the quarter. Well, we signed a quarterback to replace the quarterback before the draft.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, so the problem is just that you signed a quarterback at all.
Yeah, could they have not gone like, hey, Marcus, we're going to sign you, but just let's wait till we get this extra.
Yeah, just chill out. Honestly, I still want Fitzmagic, is what I'm trying to say. So I just like how his beard fits in the helmet.
He plays phenomenal for a few games, so it's gonna be a shit season.
I have had him on fantasy teams, and I'm all for it.
I don't know how many games we win this season.
Yeah, I mean, no, it sounds like
Georgia State's
like I'm not super into it. I don't follow it. What?
In 12 attempts on the season, Georgia State's going to win more games than the Falcons have in 17 attempts.
That's big. That's a big statement.
I looked at the schedule, and like the only team on there that I saw that I would feel comfortable saying that we were going to beat them is the Panthers, who we play twice.
Yeah.
And maybe the Redskins, Washington, whatever they're called.
Yeah, I sort of through COVID stopped paying as much attention to the NFL as much as I used to, and but I have been seeing like the reporting on this, and basically like we suck at quarterback, we suck at wide receiver. We suck in the offensive line, defensive line,
But
linebacker, I think.
we signed Young Wei Koo to a 5-year extension.
Oh yeah, we got a good kicker.
I mean, if you call anybody from the trash down south good.
I mean, so on basic metrics of kickers, he's solid. He's a solid kicker. He's not a good person. He's a bad person.
He's a horrible individual.
He's a bad human being, but he can kick the ball through the uprights.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Most of the time.
A lot of the time. So I was harassing one of my Georgia Southern friends because he's a huge Steelers fan, and the Steelers got Mitchell Trubisky. And so I texted or the little football group, and I'm like, hey, you buy your Mitchell Trubisky jersey yet? And he had
I don't know who that is.
He was actually the highest rated quarterback coming out of the class that includes Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson.
Oh, God.
He went to the Bears and whatever. Anyhow, so poking fun, obviously. He had some good, funny joke back that I can't remember at all. And then a couple days later is when we announced the 5-year deal with Young Wei Koo. And he's like, you get your Koo jersey yet? And I'm like, nope. I hope that guy misses every kick he ever makes. And he's like, I'm screenshotting this so that when he wins a game for you, that I can post it. I'm like, dude, he won the game for us against the Saints last year, and I was pissed off. So I think that I may be irrational, but I'm consistently irrational.
He's got you all flustered. You just said you hope he misses every kick he makes.
Oh, it attempts.
Yeah. I know. He's like I said, it's got you flustered. It's fine.
Yeah, it's him. It has nothing to do with the 4 beer and third vodka I'm on for the night.
Yeah, probably not.
And this is a doozy. It was a bigger cup, so I had to put more vodka in it to mix with the Sprite. Same amount of Sprite, more vodka.
So I was looking at some mock drafts because of the Matt Ryan situation, and they've mostly got us still taking wide receivers. So I guess they think Marcus Mariota is going to be like the thing.
Well, I think that we have no wide receivers right now, so
right. Yeah,
we got to do that. And then also Marcus Mariota is not the answer to the program. And I think that they said this was actually in the group chat, the State of Atlanta group chat. I think they said that it's going to be a quarterback-rich draft in 2023.
Right, but you still want to have that backup quarterback on the team for a little while to kind of develop under somebody else, which might as well be Marcus Mariota.
Well, he was signed to a 2-year deal, but like almost all of that money is in 2023, not this year. He gets I think it's like a $16-18 million deal, but I think only 5 of that is this year, and the rest of it is
that like an expectation that he'll move along?
It's roster bonuses if he's on the roster by March 5th of next year and stuff like that. So I actually liked Marcus Mariota when he came out of college.
Me too.
He went to Tennessee. I never watched fucking Hawaii football or anything like that, but I saw enough of his game that I was like, oh, I hope this guy does well in the league. He seems like the kind of guy that I would
some good plays for sure. Exactly. He's fun on his feet,
And then he went to Tennessee, and I mean, I'm not really a Tennessee.
He played for Oregon, right?
He's from Hawaii.
I think he played for Oregon though.
But he didn't play for Hawaii. He played for
what?
That sounds right.
I think that's right.
Did he not play for Hawaii?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I don't know. That shows how much I paid it. Also, that was like 5 years ago. I killed hundreds of thousands of brain cells between then and now.
Right.
But no,
it's like a race.
Tennessee, which I'm from Tennessee, but they didn't have the team when I was there, so I'm not a huge fan. But I've never really wished ill will upon them at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I hope he does well. And he seemed like he was okay the first season or two, and then on top of then Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator of Tennessee, benches Marcus Mariota. And now Arthur Smith, head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, signs Marcus Mariota after losing or getting rid of Matt Ryan.
Yeah, it feels weird.
It's weird.
Maybe they're smarter than us. Maybe they've got a big plan. Maybe there's a master plan that we don't know about that involves a lot of losses this year.
Oh yeah, I think that one poster I read that I kind of agree with was like, we're looking at you get Mariota now, and you're not going to win more than 5 games this season. So you'll have like a top 5 draft pick, top 3 draft pick.
So the whole point is to just like give up the season and
so as a season ticket holder of the Atlanta Falcons, they better fucking start paying me to come to games. Like,
that's
don't
right. Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, honestly though, like you like your seats because you get to go eat all the food and drink all the drinks.
I also have 2 other seats in the 200 level.
I know you tried to give me one last season. I was like, I don't really even want it.
yeah, and the thing is, I could barely give those away to friends, and because most of my friends have season tickets, and the ones that don't, like I don't really feel like spending 4 hours in that stadium.
No, I want to go drink all the drinks and eat all the food with you. That's what I want. So whenever you have that available, let me know. I'll come root for the team, and I'll get drunk.
I will root for the team. Who am I rooting for today?
What is this team? Yeah.
No, but I'm not going to be able to sell those other seats this season.
Nope, it's gonna be rough.
That's more than $2,000 I'm just losing this year.
Just losing. Yep. Thanks a lot, people. Maybe you'll make it back. I mean, I don't concerts.
Oh, yeah, well, those seats don't really get me anything for concerts.
No.
Just the good seats.
I don't know what to tell you, man. In Atlanta United, it doesn't count, right? It's all separate.
MLS is the only thing that, if the Olympics come back to Atlanta, I have first row seats or 50-yard line seats or the equivalent. But MLS is the one thing I don't have access to.
Right. That was like in the contract or whatever. It was like all separate.
When the World Cup comes here,
you'll have it.
I've got fantastic MLS seats, but not for an Atlanta United game.
Yeah.
There's a guy in my section who bought his exact same seats for United as he was like, well, he's like, if I'm gonna get if I've got Falcon seats and I'm gonna buy United seats, just buy the same ones.
Just buy the same one. Yeah. I mean, I would do that.
So it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money times 2. Well, not times 2, but times like 1.01.
Yeah, because the NFL costs more, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Significantly, because they didn't have to pay the PSL. They only had to pay the ticket cost.
Right.
But so it's kind of funny to me. It shows you how money varies differently. So he paid all this money for these seats. You know what his job is? He does the video recordings of dance recitals for kids and shit like that. Like, he's the guy that sets up a camera, lets them do the dance recitals, and then he cuts the DVDs and stuff and sends it out to the families. And he makes
those things are expensive as shit.
So... And he makes because he has to pay for 50-yard line seats. He makes gobs of money. He makes gobs of money just distributing DVDs to parents that will never, ever, ever watch that video of their what parent goes to their kid's dance recital and is excited about watching it, and then it's to the extent that I can't wait to go home and watch this for the rest of my life.
Well, you don't buy it so that you can watch it. Nobody watches that video ever again, but you got to buy it because it makes you feel like you really care about your kid.
Exactly. And I think that I've established that I don't. So
not that much.
No, not much at all. Not for $60 for a single camera cut of my kid who's probably not
probably not even that good.
She's probably not. If she's as good at dance as she is at soccer, she'll just be standing on the stage crying the entire time.
Oh God. So here's the deal. I don't watch good people go dance. I mean, Cheetah, we went there, right? And, so
insulting the entire Cheetah establishment, saying watch good people go dance. But let's be fair. When the fingers are just up and they're just kind of going back and forth, that's not really a dance.
Yeah, but you still win in my book because you make up for it in other ways. Speaking of which, that was the thing I was the most sad about with us losing the March Madness game.
That's right.
Because we were supposed to go. If we won, we were supposed to go to the Claremont Lounge, and I was very excited. So maybe that's why I had hope. Because I said I had hope early on, right? Maybe that's why I had hope. Because I really just wanted to go to Claremont.
It's 4:00 on a Thursday. I'm at a brewery with my 5 and 3-year-old daughters, and Ryan's like, "We win this, we're going to Claremont, right?"
I even think at some point I said it's going to be real weird with your kids, but this is what we're doing.
I'm not paying that $20 cover charge for a 5 and 3-year-old. That's absurd.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would.
No. But then one green beer later, I'm like, we win this game. I'm taking him home, and I'll Uber there.
That's right. That's right. We
I'll
should
put on.
figure out like a State of Atlanta Claremont Lounge evening. We should just do that.
I don't think that they care about us at all there.
I don't care. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. So, if we could just go there with people that like
I
us, that'd
could
be
not
great.
tell you the last time I've been to Claremont Lounge. I can tell you
It's
the last
been
one to
years.
Claremont, but not Claremont. The
What?
hotel's like it's a legit now.
I know, and they've got like a rooftop bar
It's nice.
thing,
It's
right?
fancy. Yeah, it looks like an
Yeah,
Apple.
I'm not interested. I
It
want
looks
to
like
go
an
to the
Apple
basement.
store.
No, I want to go to the basement.
It's like all white laminate and wooden tables and stuff. It's
I want
fancy.
to go to the basement on like a weird night that nobody's there and it's just us and like the weird ones and like the B squad for the Claremont even,
Oh,
Like I'm in.
you want to go on the Wednesday night?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean I think Tuesday's karaoke unless things have changed since I was a child.
A child. I don't know.
Since I was a youngin.
I've got no idea. All right, I'm ready to go pee, so I'm ready to kill this one.
Yeah, me too. But we're doing a State of Atlanta Claremont night. That's a thing. I'm gonna plan it. Don't worry about it.
All right, after Georgia State wins a New Year's Six bowl.
Nah, dude, we're gonna win anyway. I mean, we're gonna go
college football playoff game, or makes it to the Sweet 16.
If our school colors are blue and white, we'll go to the Claremont.
There we go. You heard it here first, folks. Ben's on Panther Talk trying to get people to donate $100 to basketball program to show the support, and Ryan's like, "We got to plan a Claremont night." Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, dude. Yep. We'll do a $50 donation, and you show us your receipt. We'll cover your Claremont. That's what we'll do something crazy like that, and we'll see who raises more money.
I like your idea. So you make a donation to whatever, to the some aspect of Georgia State athletics.
Yeah.
And we'll cover your cover charge to get into the Claremont for a night.
Right.
On one specific given evening.
The State of Atlanta at the Claremont night.
All right, I got to talk to athletics to make sure they transfer $20 of everybody's donation back to us.
Well, it can all go through us, so we can just.
Oh yeah, so we take the payment.
Yeah, we'll set up the whole thing, and then we'll donate everything we don't make. We'll do that, and it'll include like a PBR or something.
Yeah, it's another $2. Who cares? That's nothing.
We're good. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. With inflation, it might be like
maybe $2.75, $3. Yeah.
We're good.
Hey, Ryan, you're in charge of this event.
I'm in, dude. I really want to go to the Claremont again recently, like soon. It's been a while.
Get it in before July 15th.
What's July 15th?
That's when the third kid's here.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe after you'll need it.
maybe on July 15th.
Oh boy!
Bring my son. Like, son, this is what you have to look forward to this year.
Yeah, I think you're fired. You're fired, David. From all the things.
From life.
That's right.
Fired from life.
Who's still listening to us? Jesus Christ.
I'm not.
All
right. Thanks everybody for listening to this. I don't know why.
Shit show. You knew what you signed up for her last call.
Yep. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Holla at a player, Ryan.